don't know what it is, but it seems like Solar Warlocks always have the best builds in the game, whether that be the Starfire Protocol build, even though that is now nuked into the ground. We now have the one and only Sunbracers build, which allows you to spam grenades even more than you were able to with Starfire Protocol. This build is a super easy gameplay loop and allows you to do a lot of damage with your solar grenades just from the snap of your fingers. Wasting no time here, we're gonna hop right into the build, starting with the Well of Radiance for our super. Phoenix Dive, or you could use Healing Rifts here. It's up to you. Then Burst Glide is what I like to use for my movement ability. Incinerator Snap is the melee we're going to go with. And then Solar Grenades, obviously, to pair with Sunbracers. Our aspects are going to be Icarus Dash or Heat Rises. The choice is up to you. I just prefer Icarus Dash for that little bit of movement. And then Touch of Flame, so it allows our solar grenades to have a longer duration, as well as emitting blobs of lava around the perimeter. Our fragments are going to be Ember of Resolve to cure us from our solar grenade final blows, Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch stacks, Ember of Searing to get melee energy back when we defeat a Scorch target, as well as creating a Fire Sprite, and then finally Ember of Mercy so we can get Restoration when we pick up a Fire Sprite. Gameplay loop is super simple. All you got to do is walk up to an enemy, snap your fingers, make sure you get that melee final blow, and then you'll have 5 seconds of unlimited solar grenades. You just throw them to your heart's desire, wherever you want to throw them, across the map, close next to you, on a boss, whatever you want to do with it. Just spam those grenades for that 5 seconds. And then because of some of the mods we're going to incorporate into this build, we're going to have our melee back pretty much guaranteed after we use our grenades for 5 seconds. So you can go again, snap your fingers, and go to town. Before we get into the rest of the build, here's some stat recommendations I would go with is going to be resilience and recovery, and then strength, as you won't need discipline because you're going to have your grenades back thanks from your snap. When we look at artifact mods, there's only one that you should really pick up for this, as there's no solar artifact mods this season, and that would be authorized mods melee, so you can make all your melee armor mods significantly cheaper for the price of one. Now, when we look at weapons, honestly, when I use this build, I don't even use my weapons half the time, but in Akasha's Dejection with Reconstruction Incandescent, the Trace Rifle from Root of Nightmares is a phenomenal choice here. You could also go with something like a Callus Mini Tool, Bug Out Bag, or even Prometheus Lens. The Connect slot, I like to use Riptide, as it is super beneficial to use against multiple different champions, whether you're stunning an Overload or an Unstop. And then in your heavy slot, use whenever. I like to run Galahorn sometimes, just be that extra help on DPS phases so you can give your teammates Pack Hunter, or you can go with a linear like Briar's Contempt, or you can go with something like the Fixed Odds LMG from the Duality Dungeon to get Incandescent on it, so you can get a little bit more scorching going on. Now, last but certainly not least, the second most important part of this build, the armor mods. On the helmet, I have a heavy ammo finder, Ashes to Asset, and then a harmonic siphon so we can create orbs with our solar weapons, as well as find more heavy ammo. And then also running Ashes to Asset will allow us to get more super energy on grenade kills, which is going to be a lot, so you're going to have that well all the time. On our gauntlets here, we're going to be running Momentum Transfer. Causing damage with a grenade will reduce our melee cooldown. This is going to be the most vital one to this build, since you're going to be doing so much damage with your grenades. You're basically going to completely negate the cooldown on your charged melee, so your snap is going to be back when that 5-second timer runs out. If not, you're going to be really close. Firepower to create orbs with our grenade final blows, and then bolstering detonation so we can also get our rift back when we deal damage with our grenade, getting a nice 2-for-1 wombo combo. On the chest piece, I just like to run resistance mods, as that is pretty much the most beneficial one there. You could throw on a reserves mod though if you want. On the boots, we're actually going to build into a little bit of health regen here with recuperation. You could throw better already on if you wanted to in place of this. And then I have a solar weapon surge and invigoration so we can get some melee energy back when we pick up an orb, as well as using our armor charges to give us a little bit of extra damage to our solar weapons when we choose to use them. And then finally, on our class item here, we're going to run 2 outreaches, so anytime we pop our rift, we're going to get melee energy back, allowing us to pretty much always have that up no matter what we're doing. So whether or not we're casting our rift, dealing damage with our grenades, or picking up an orb, we're going to have that melee snap up all the time to keep refreshing the Sunbracers, allowing us to throw grenades at our heart's desire. And then I have time dilation, so we can allow that weapon surge to last just a little bit longer. This build is hands down one of the strongest builds in the game, and you absolutely have to have this in your arsenal. If you don't have the sun bracers, definitely go pick them up from a lost sector, or if Xurs decides to sell them. This build is absolutely ridiculous, allowing you to spam grenades even more than the Starfire protocol build, and let me tell you, that one was ridiculous. This one looks like its younger brother's version of it, and then now we have sun bracers, which is the Chad older brother version of the build, and now you can just throw your grenades to your heart's intent, snap your fingers, and boom, it's like your Houdini. You're getting those grenades back left, right, and center. If you guys enjoyed the build, be sure to drop a free like and subscription to the channel. It is super simple to do. All you gotta do is go down, click that little subscribe button, click that thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying the video. You can even go down to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this build. I'd appreciate it if you did. And if you want to check out some more of my content, both my TikTok and Twitch will be linked in the description below. I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.